Masonry endeavors to take a good man and make him better, and it does it through symbolism and allegory. The service you're about to see has a lot of symbolism in the service. And in that thought today, George's picture and the tripod are going to symbol the grave that George was laid to rest in. This service is designed to be done graveside, so we will observe this as the grave of George Meyer. Brother Junior Wharton, will you read the Masonic history of our fallen brother?
Where's the master? Brother George Myers was initiated in Hunters Point Naval Lodge number 706 in June 1957. He received his second degree in August 1957, and was raised to the sublime degree of a Master Mason on March 1958. Brother George Myers had numerous offices throughout his 60 years of Masonry, and he served as master of the lodge worshipful master in 1978, 1979, and he served as district deputy for our district in 1984 and 1985.
Thank you, Brother Junior Ward. Brethren, once again we are standing in the presence of the great mystery we call death. In awe and wonderment we submit to its inexorable decree, impotent as we are to solve its purpose or to measure its dominion. Try as we may to pierce it, the impenetrable veil that conceals the future refuses a glimpse of the promised paradise, while to the plaintive cry for knowledge of the hidden mysteries that lie across and beyond the fabled truth, there comes no answer, save the faint echo of our own weak voices as the winds of time waft them back across the abyss that separates us from eternity. The mute lips of the dead are alike unresponsive to our appeals. Thus, though in sadness and sorrow we bow our heads in meek submission to the inevitable decree, yet are we strengthened by faith, buoyed by hope and the firm belief that death liberates, but does not annihilate the spirit. That those we loved long since but lost a while have only gone before, and that in the fullness of time, as we ourselves pay nature's last just debt, we shall be reunited with him. In that Elysium of peace, that haven of rest in the great beyond, where there is neither pain nor parting. Imbued with these sublime thoughts, we assemble around the grave of our deceased brother today. Come as we have in response to the call of fraternal affection to commit his mortal body to the earth, while to the great Creator we commend the beautiful spirit that once dwelt therein, but which is now gathered with the faithful in glory everlasting. In a common sorrow we weep with those of his own beloved household, because of the personal loss that has come to them and to us in his passing. The link is broken alike in the home circle as in our own fraternal chain. Though we well anew the shattered ends that remain, though we tie them securely the one to the other, there be visible signs of a separation, tangible scars that can never be effaced, save as time the great healer may bring a measure of forgetfulness, which, while not eradicating entirely, will serve to dim the mark, to make lighter the burden of a sorrow that is deep, sincere, and abiding. Contemplating these visitations and performing these solemn ceremonies at their places of interment, as one by one death calls another craftsman to join the ranks of the silent majority, it becomes us to reflect upon the vanity of human pursuits. Consider how fleeting are the illusions that beckon us to personal achievements. No mortal was ever satisfied with his accumulation of material wealth, his acquirement of worldly wisdom, or his rise to distinguished honor in civic life, though their possession be only temporal and their enjoyment vanity. Day after day, incessantly, relentlessly, we reach out to grasp the shadow, whilst the substance of real human achievement passes us by, unsolicited and therefore unattained. The passion for power and for pleasure leads us into the pathway of selfishness, in the indulgence of which we forget that we are born to die, that delight ends with the enjoyment, that duties and obligations beckon us to unselfish service in the cause of humanity. And almost unconsciously, in the pursuit of personal desire, we stray from the narrow lane of rectitude and wander into the broad and beaten pathway of sin. It is such moments as these, under the spell of a tragic touch of nature, that we pause for serious reflection, in which and through which there comes a realization of our own unworthiness, a desire for a closer walk with God, a truer sense of fraternity with our brethren and with all mankind, as with upturned faces we supplicate the divine throne. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. O Lord, our strength, be attentive to our supplications. May we ever walk humbly before thee and revere thy holy name. May love for our fellow man always abide in our hearts. May wisdom guide, strength, support, and beauty adorn our existence. May we remain true and faithful to our every obligation. May the good deeds of our departed brother inspire us to emulation. May the faults he possessed be no more remembered. May the Lord redeem the soul of his servant, for none of them that trust in him shall be condemned. The white apron is an emblem of innocence and the badge of a Mason, more ancient in point of usage than the later symbols of knighthood or decorations that could be conferred by those who may have won the favor of sovereigns. And, when worthily worn, it is too more honorable than any other that has been or can be bestowed as a mark of peculiar favor or distinction by anyone, be he himself of exalted rank or great power in his own dominion. This apron we deposit in the grave of our brother as a reminder of our unity and service, of the common destiny that beckons us hence, of the Masonic service of universality that linked us as brothers, and although barriers of wealth, political power, or social prestige may have kept us temporarily apart, death, the great lever, brings us at long last one distinction, reduces us to a common grave, makes us to know that, born as we are into one great brotherhood, no circumstance, chance, or achievement shall serve to separate us in eternity. We drop this sprig of evergreen into the grave, not alone because we remember that it once marked the temporary resting place of one illustrious in the annals of Masonry, even as it now recalls to our minds his loyal service to our beloved order, but because of our belief that within us there is an immortal spirit which shall survive the tomb, and which, blooming in everlasting beauty in the garden of our Father and our God, shall never, never, never die. Thus we may hope when our earthly tabernacle is completed, and our bodies clothed in the habiliments of death are deposited in the tomb, our souls, rising in majesty like those of our departed brethren, shall blossom in eternal spring. The dust shall return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. We have come together today to publicly pay this tribute of respect to the memory of one whose life was inseparably linked with ours by ties of affection and esteem, made potent through solemn and binding promises spoken at the altar. Our brother's death does not release us, nor would we be absolved from the duties imposed upon us by those obligations, which considerably extend to the exercise of fraternal and helpful attention to the widow and orphan of our beloved dead. In closer bonds, too, are drawn together those who survive, for the vacant place needs must narrow the circle, as the ends are again united, the one with the other. Let these thoughts exert us to greater efforts in the doing of kind and friendly acts, and in the endeavor to promote the welfare and happiness of each other. Thus will the lessons of the dead be useful, as they have always been, as lectures for the living. For as much as it has pleased Almighty God in his wise providence to take out of this world the soul of our deceased brother, we therefore commit his body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Looking for the general resurrection of the last day and life of the world to come, when the earth and the sea shall give up their dead. Let us pray. Brother Chaplain.
Unto thee, O God, Father of all men, do we come in our hour of grief and bereavement. Thou who doest mark the sparrow's fall, and who doest number even the hairs of our heads, look with infinite compassion on our weakness, and in this hour of need, give strength, which thou alone can impart. As we commit the body of our brother to his resting place, may we realize how weak is every human arm, and may we trust in thy might alone. Grant thy grace to these dear ones this day, and may thy comfort be theirs as they await that day when death shall be swallowed up in victory. Amen.
May God's blessings rest upon our fraternity. May he imbue each one of us with a sense of affection for each other and for the great human family. May every moral and social virtue unite and cement us, so that anticipating the coming of the kingdom of heaven on earth, we may become sharers in its fulfillment, by bringing all mankind into an universal acknowledgement of and sincere belief in the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man. Amen.
So